an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and destroyed its usefulness to the enemy. That bomb has more power than 20,000 tons of TNT. It is an atomic bomb.
The United States has inducted a new nuclear weapon. It is called the B6113. And do you know what's frightening? This bomb is 13 times lighter than the one dropped on Hiroshima, but 24 times more powerful.
August 6, 1945, a single bomb falls on Hiroshima. 15 kilotons. In one flash, a city is gone and human shadows are burned into stone. Hold that number. 15 kilotons. Now 2025. A plant in Texas. A technician presses a gold star stamp onto the casing of a brand new American bomb, freshly finished, nearly a year ahead of schedule. It has just entered the nation's nuclear stockpile. And at its highest setting, it is not twice, not 5 times, it is 24 times more powerful than the weapon that erased Hiroshima.
Keeping up with the Trump White House, the president is rapidly modernizing America's nuclear arsenal. Our next story explains how the U.S. has officially begun stocking the powerful new B6113 nuclear bomb, which will be deployable by both B-2 and future B-21 bombers.
This is the B6113. And the most frightening thing about it isn't the number, it's everything the number is wrapped in. The numbers start with the math, because the math is the whole hook. The Hiroshima bomb, little boy, was 15 kilotons. The B6113 at full dial is a reported 360. The exact figure is classified. That number comes from the best public reporting, but the scale is not in dispute. If little boy was a single hand grenade, the B6113 is a freight train loaded with them. But raw power has never been the hard part. The United States has built weapons far larger than this megaton monsters from the Cold War.
They're always evolving, and we're always making our systems safer. We're always thinking of ways to make our systems more resilient. We study science to make our systems age better, last longer. And so there's always advancements that are being...
What makes the B6113 different is that all of that yield now rides inside something precise, something guided, something almost no one can see coming. That's the real story. If you look at the bomb itself, it's almost unremarkable. About 12 feet long, around 825 pounds. Externally, it is nearly identical to its predecessor, the B6112. But look closer at the tail.
Secretary of Energy Chris Wright is in Amarillo to deliver remarks recognizing the completion of the first production unit of the B6113 nuclear gravity bomb. The Department of Energy says the bomb is a modernized nuclear weapon designed to meet updated Department of Defense requirements and strengthen the flexibility and credibility of America's nuclear deterrent. This major milestone for America's nuclear stockpile was completed a year ahead of schedule.
Those are steerable fins, a guided tail kit, and around the mid-body, small spin rocket motors to keep it stable. This is the detail that matters. This is not a dumb bomb tumbling out of the sky and hoping. It is inertially guided. It goes where it is aimed, within a margin that would have been science fiction to the crews of 1945. The dimmer switch now, here's the part that surprises most people.
Being able to respond rapidly to threats with new tools, that's getting redefined across our industry, and all roads lead to Pantex.
Kelly continues by thanking the NSA and the other partners that made this project possible and future projects as well.
The B6113 does not have one setting. Think of a dimmer switch on a light bulb, same bulb, same socket, but you choose how much light fills the room. Before a mission, ground crews can dial this weapon's yield up or down, reportedly from a fraction of a kiloton at the low end all the way up to that 360 kiloton maximum. One physical bomb from a contained, localized strike to something that ends a city. And that full setting? It's the exception, not the rule. The low settings are the likely default. Flexibility is the feature. The Ghost that carries it, this bomb, has a very short guest list. Only 2 aircraft in the world are cleared to carry it, the B-2 Spirit, and its successor, the B-21 Raider. America's stealth bombers, based inside the continental United States. Not forward deployed overseas, that's a different weapon. This one flies from home, and it needs stealth, because the targets it's built for sit behind the best air defenses on Earth. Russian-built S-400 batteries.
The B61 Mod 13 is a modern strategic gravity nuclear bomb. It is based on the B61-12, and it incorporates all the advantages of the Mod 12. And because of the effort they have put into delivering this weapon early, it sends a message to the world. It sends a message to our adversaries that the United States remains a steadfast nuclear power, and it sends a message to our allies that the United States can be relied upon because of our nuclear deterrent.
Reaching out 400 kilometers, backed by layers of shorter range point defense. Picture a burglar dressed head to toe in the blackest black, slipping through a grid of security lasers. The lasers are still there, the radar energy still comes, it just scatters off the flying wing and never finds its way back. The bomber isn't invisible. Nothing is. It's built to make catching it impractical until it's already far too late.
To urgent national need and trying to deconflict from other high priorities within the complex, we worked really hard to think of creative ways to pull that schedule to the left. That timeline has never been seen before within the complex. And using that in collaboration with all the teams, we shaved 11 months off of that original estimate to go from 24 months to 13 months. It was a big lift across the whole complex.
The target nothing can save, so what is all of this for? What target justifies a guided, dial-able, stealth-delivered nuclear bomb? The hardest targets that exist. Militaries call them hard and deeply buried targets, command centers, weapon stores, leadership bunkers, dug hundreds of feet down into solid rock and wrapped in reinforced concrete built deliberately to survive a nuclear attack.
This project was very collaborative, probably the most collaborative I've seen in all the projects I've worked on. We had Pantex and Sandia and Y-12 and LANL and Kansas City and NNSA all in one room, and we planned out exactly what would have to happen for this project to succeed and for these challenges to be overcome.
For decades, going deep enough was how you made yourself untouchable. The B61-13 is the answer to that bet. How it actually kills ground shock coupling, and here's where the biggest myth about this weapon falls apart. It does not drill. It is not a giant spike that bores down through the mountain to reach the bunker. It barely penetrates the soil at all. So how does it destroy something buried under hundreds of feet of rock?
We were able to leverage much of the B61-12 design, especially the aspects around safety and security, which helped us go fast on this program to be able to gather the qualification evidence needed to declare very quickly that we could both qualify and go into production with a design we had high confidence in was safe and secure.
It turns the Earth itself into the weapon. Think of a thick sheet of ice. Fire a bullet at it and you get one neat hole. Now swing a sledgehammer instead and the whole sheet shatters. That's the difference. When 360 kilotons detonate at or just below the surface, that energy couples into the ground and rolls outward and downward as a massive seismic shockwave, crushing the concrete rooms far below like eggshells. The bomb never has to reach the bunker. The ground does the killing for it. That is the sentence meant to keep an adversary awake. Burying your command center under a mountain no longer keeps it safe. What no one talks about now, the honest part. Because the drama shouldn't outrun the facts. This weapon has never been used. It is a deterrent, entering the stockpile a capability, not a combat record. Its exact yield and its lower settings are classified. The figures you've heard are the best public estimates, not official confirmations. And it isn't entirely new. Analysts point out that 13 largely repackages the physics of an older Cold War warhead. And part of its purpose is political building. It lets the United States finally retire an even bigger, clumsier megaton-class bomb. Officials counter that it fills a genuine military gap. Both of those can be true at once.
In today's geopolitical climate, the directions that we receive from the National Nuclear Security Administration to be more agile and flexible, Pantex has proven that we can do that and that we are willing to do that.
And keeping in mind that what we build is for deterrence, I'm hoping 100% of what we build comes back to Pantex for disassembly, because then we are truly successful. It deterred our adversaries from ever causing us harm.
And it is not something anyone can simply set off. Like a combination lock wired to destroy itself if you force it. A coded safety system means this weapon cannot be armed without proper authorization. Massive power, held under tight control. The logic of the thing, so step back and look at what just quietly entered service. A weapon that would have been unimaginable to the survivors of 1945, now folded under the wing of an aircraft you cannot see. Guided to a target that thought it was safe. With a yield you can turn up or down like a light switch. And it arrived a full year ahead of schedule. It has never gone off in anger. And its entire reason to exist is to make sure it never has to. That's the cold, strange logic of deterrence. That the surest way to prevent the next Hiroshima might be to hold something 24 times worse and hope the world never sees it used. So here's my question for you. Does a weapon like this make us safer? Or is it exactly the thing we should fear most? Tell me in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.